Hi everyone. Thanks for stopping by once again. It's day 4, Inktober. It's J Whitney Art, or Jessica. You're more than welcome to call me. So I don't have anything specific to talk about today. So I think I'm just going to, give you just a little bit of background on this illustration specifically, because like I said yesterday, I wasn't excited about this one. The prompt is scallop. And the only thing I know about scallops is they don't take that long to cook. They're really delicious. I'm big on seafood, so this is, my jam. But as far as drawing, what else are you supposed to draw except a scallop? So in my Inktober sketches for this prompt, I just drew the scallop that you see at the top. I just drew that. It's a shell with a cooked cooked scallop in the middle. I found this picture on Pinterest and I sketched it out and I redrew it for, this painting, but it's just a scallop. I think one of the coolest parts about, doing these prompts is being able to kind of create a story around the illustration, but I couldn't come up with anything. I couldn't. So I said, I don't want to just draw, this shell with a piece of meat on it. And I thought, what other ways are things considered a scallop? And then I thought about like fabric that has the scalloped edges. And then it kind of put me in the mind of like, not necessarily fish scales, but I guess so. Fish scales or, scalloped fabric. So I just drew a block with just that pattern in it. And you'll see as I continue to work on this illustration, I kind of just give that part just more depth, make it look more three-dimensional. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it does turn out pretty cool. And the last thing I thought about was pearls and how, I don't know if it's all shellfish, but like, I guess, since scallops are they a mollusk? Is that what they are? I could look it up, but I don't feel like it. But I just thought about where pearls come from. And as an artist, kind of the first thing that comes to mind when you think of pearls is the painting by, I want to say Johannes Vermeer is the girl with the pearl earring. Now, I don't want to be offensive. I don't like to pit artists against each other, but I don't think that this painting gets enough love. I don't think it gets enough recognition. I have a really, assorted relationship with what's considered fine art, what's considered, who, artists that we know of that are considered the masters. And I won't call anybody out because I don't feel like arguing about it. But I think that this painting has a little bit more history behind it than, is kind of given credit for. I think one of the most interesting things about this painting is that this girl does not exist. They have done, and it's so cool to see, the people that do like the x-rays and, where they look as deep into a painting as they possibly can. And I think I saw a video where someone like measured the face of, this girl against actual people, and her proportions are incredibly off. Like, she could not be based off of a real person. They call it a trony, where basically the painter makes up something and, draws it and calls it, a realistic painting. But when I think about my own art, I spend a lot more time making it up as I go than I do using a reference or, doing drawings from, what are they called? where you have the models come in. Is it live drawing? I don't know. I didn't go to art school. Anyways, but yeah, if it's, usually with prompts, I very rarely am looking at a reference photo. I know what, especially for like a face, I might say, okay, I like this outfit, and I'll try to incorporate that excuse me, with this illustration. But for the face, I just make it up, but that makes all of my artwork kind of look the same. It looks like my work. So even for this painting, I took the overall concept of the girl with the pearl earring painting and kind of made it my own. I played around with some of the shadow portions, as you can see here with the color pencil, and I made decisions about what areas I wanted to be full of details, what areas I wanted to kind of be a little in the background, and just kind of made this my own. But you can see a lot of my style in this in this illustration, kind of the way the eyes kind of swoop downwards. That's common. A bigger upper lip that's darker than the lower one, maybe unrealistically darker. That's something else that's big in my artwork. The highlights being circled on the face. It's just I'm giving credit where credit is due, but most of this is my work. You know what I mean? The outfit is iconic, the pose is iconic, the earring goes right along with it, but I make the face my own the best that I can. So the other part about the painting that I really think is pretty cool is how dark the background is. It plays up the fact that her skin is so incredibly bright and she's very well lit, but the room is completely dark. So it's an interesting take on contrast, but it just makes it for a really great and unique painting. I think that's what makes this one of the best paintings, is how unique it is and how it stands out and how it doesn't necessarily follow the rules, quote unquote, of being an artist. It stands on its own 2 feet. I'm a big fan. I'm a super big fan. So now you can see I'm going back through with the first 2 scallop pieces and just starting with the wash. I had a reference for the scallop but didn't have a reference for the scales, so I'm just making it up as I go. Surprisingly, it turns out, I keep trying to get to the end. Okay, we're not there yet. Okay, so starting with the shading on our girl with her pearl earring, and yeah, it's just kind of, I was just kind of going through the motion. I sped this up quite a bit because it takes a long time to kind of get through these, and especially since I made 3 separate illustrations for this prompt. Not that they're all that complex, but just doing 3 of them is a lengthier process. I had to do a lot of, for some reason the paper got really wet, so I had to wait longer than normal for it to dry so I could do like the second wash. But also having 3 paintings while one is drying, I could work on something else. They're not that big, so it wasn't a huge advantage, but it was helpful. I got a lot done kind of a quick time. I think before doing any of the speeding up, this whole video was only like 1 hour and 15 minutes. Not bad. And I definitely didn't want to talk for 1 hour and 15 minutes, so I cut it down. I don't know. Do you guys prefer the videos to be longer or shorter? My views kind of vary. I think about 30 minutes is kind of a sweet spot. So maybe I'll try to stick to that. I kept this one quick because I didn't want to talk for 30 minutes either. So I think I am going to let you watch this inking process, or I'm going to let you continue to watch. I'm going to put on some music and you can just kind of groove, and I will catch up with you guys at the end. Okay, enjoy.
그게 더 의미하겠나 yeah. 아니 자주 난 어제 일처럼 선명하겠나 yeah. 너의 흔적 없지만 있는 것 같아 일상 속에도 번져 그 색깔이 바래져서 떠났지만 여전히 머물러 날 잡아주는 다가가도 멀게만 느껴져 I just wanna be with you right now 너의 기억 속에 남아서 I just wanna be remembered 너의 잔상 속에 살면서 oh yeah I just wanna be with you right now 너의 기억 속에 남아서 I just wanna be with you babe I just 남겨진 향기 가끔 내 방안을 채워도 여기저기에 숨어 있어 내 맘 곳곳에서 yeah. 너의 의자에 남아있는 온기를 느껴 때때로 먼지 덮인 그 잔들이 시간을 멈춰 떠났지만 여전히 머물러 날 잡아주는 너 다가가도 멀게만 느껴져 Just wanna be with you right now 너의 기억 속에 남아서 I just wanna be remembered 너의 잔상 속에 살면서 oh yeah I just wanna be with you right 너의 기억 속에 남아서 I just wanna be with you babe I just
All right, guys, I'm back. We are in the final stretch of this painting, doing the inking part. I'd love to know how you guys feel about this painting in the comments. How do you feel about, you know, the old masters? How do you feel about art history in general? Are you not interested in it? Have you studied it and you disagree, or you totally disagree and you think that the Mona Lisa is the best thing that's ever happened? You know, let me know in the comments. Let's talk about it. I'd love to talk to you guys in the comments and kind of get some insight on your thoughts if you listen to what I say. Anyways, I would appreciate it. But this is pretty much the end. Thanks so much for making it to the end. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. Thanks for giving me the time of day. I really appreciate you guys. You just don't know. The support here has been pretty great. So thank you for that. And I'll definitely keep putting out great work. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, share with a neighbor, share with a pet. That would help me grow my channel. I appreciate you guys, and I hope that you have an amazing day. If you're enjoying Inktober, let me know down in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye.